What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with that quick analysis on my guy Monte Morris, a guy that had a pretty decent season for the Denver Nuggets last year, becoming the backup point guard to Jamal Murray, and sometimes had playing with Jamal Murray in the backcourt, adding another ball handler on a court with a team that has so much dangerous pieces around them. I'm not really surprised that Monte Morris got an extension. It's not really a long extension, as it's only 3 years, 27 million, which I think he's definitely worth that price. And I'm kind of glad that they did keep him because I was wondering if somebody else was going to try to make an offer sheet to him and try to take him away, like they did with Grant. You get more opportunity, more minutes, and more playing time. And a lot of players that we get more money with more playing time. Let me get out of here. But instead, they was able to work out a deal and keep him in Denver. Last year, he was able to play 22 minutes and was able to get 45% from the field, 37% from three, 84% from the free throw line, while also getting 3.5 assists and 9 points per game. Last year, he came off the bench and got a little bit more minutes and gave you 10 points, 49 from the field, 41 from three. Still was an 80% free throw shooter while getting 2.4 rebounds, 3.6 assists, which is impressive. And that's what you want to see. Monte Morris is also one of the guys that is 25 years old. He's a legitimate 6'2", and he weighs around 183, which is around what you want to be if you're a point guard in the league. And he is a guy that can defend and play some two. Not the greatest defender, but he is solid. And I like him. I like Monte Morris, and I'm kind of happy that they was able to keep him. You don't want to lose too many assets for nothing. Losing Grant and getting nothing in return had to be tough. And if they would have lost Monte Morris on top of that while not getting no compensation or anything back, this team would be even worse, going into this new season, which they already have a lot of doubt and a lot of uncertainty because of the people that they have lost and the fact that they didn't have that big deal or that big move to, keep them at the top of the West, which they have been for the last two seasons. But at the same time, it's part of the business. If you don't want to pay me, if you don't want to give me the opportunity, if you don't want to give me the minutes, another team will. One man trash is another man treasure. And, it's tough sometimes, especially being a team like Denver where you're trying to, develop players and you're trying to take, small moves because you're already paying Jokic a buttload of money and you want to be starting to pay a lot of money to Jamal Murray. You want to build a competitive team around that duo. But at the same time, financial things come into play, ego come into play, and it really does mess up the team. This was a team that people felt was one move away from possibly being able to be, up there with the Lakers as a championship contender in the entire NBA. And they have took a major step back going into this season, but they do need their young talent. This is a team that majority of their best players is below, 27, 25 years old. So, keeping Monte Morris, a guy that plays well within this system, has respect from his peers and respect from his teammates, a guy that you allow him to make decisions on the court because he showed that he can do it, while also being a guy that can knock down some spot up shots and some shots off the dribble and create, is valuable in this league, especially when you have the fact that he shot over 36% from three, which is above average the last two seasons, with a quality of attempts, shows you that he is a valuable piece to any team. And that's important to try to keep that locked down as much as you can. A lot of teams are not trying to be locked into those long-term deals unless it's a superstar player like an Anthony Davis or a Brandon Ingram or even a guy like Fox or Tatum or even Donovan Mitchell. Monte Morris is nowhere near those guys, but the fact that he's still going to be in his 20s after this deal allows you to sign him for another 2 to 3 years if he wants to stay and if he wants to come back, because he won't be restricted, which means he can go to any team that he wants to, and you can't really do anything about it. It is good. to have them 3 years with him, because I feel like if he doesn't get injured, he will, if anything, play up to that contract, because that's what he has been able to do. I do think he needs a bigger role this year because they did lose so many players and they did decrease their talent value. Somebody's going to have to step up. I already said that I think Michael Porter Jr. needs to do that. He's not going to be the defender that Grant was, but he does have a better offensive ceiling that he couldn't reach in Jeremy Grant. But also Monte Morris was the guy they relied on a lot. You let go of Wancho, you let go of Malik Beasley, plus you lose even more people. Somebody's going to have to be able to give you that, 10 to 12 to 13 points. And that would be huge if he can give you double-digit points like he did last year, which he averaged 10 points and was highly efficient within those minutes. That would be huge for this team. And Monte Morris has shown that he can do it. Monte Morris has shown that he can be reliable. I think that that's something that really matters, especially when it comes to having a bench. You look at the fact that he played 82 games 2 years ago in the 18-19 season, and then this season he was able to play 73 games, and he was able to start 12 of those games, which shows you that best availability is the best thing is to be available, and he has been able to do that throughout his career so far. So, to me, it's just about can he create off the dribble and off the bounce and through the pick and roll. That they play a very simple, dynamic offense with, Jokic being able to stretch the floor and hit mid range, and Jokic being able to stretch the floor and hit threes, and also being able to play off Jokic when he's in the post, whether it's just catching and shooting or being able to put the ball down and get to the basket, or even just making the extra pass if you don't have a legitimate shot that can lead to a hockey assist or to somebody getting a wide open shot. I feel like Monte Morris has, very well filled that position and filled that role. So to me, I'm highly impressed, with him. This was a guy that people didn't think much of coming into the league. People didn't think that he would even, be in the league 3 straight years, being a productive guy on one of the best teams in the West. But it shows you a lot of the time you have to find these type of guys in the draft. You have to take the gamble on those Boyle Bulls and Michael Porter Jr. when you're a small market team. You have to take that gamble on Jokic. And even though Jamal Murray was known as one of the best players in the draft, he wasn't known as a guy that can be a potential superstar. He was known as a guy that can be a productive role player, and he has shown that he can be an all-star caliber player, which some people did figure that he could reach that level or he can get close to it. These are the picks and the things you have to do when you can't bring in a superstar in free agency. You have to draft these guys. You have to prepare them. You have to develop them. You have to let them grow and learn and play. And you have to give credit to Denver for being able to do those things. And now it's just about can they get to that championship level. That's the thing that we're waiting on. That's the thing we're trying to see if they can do. I feel like they took a huge step back this off season and last year when it comes to losing talent, but it also means you have to rely on your younger players and you have to rely on guys to be able to be NBA ready. And given the minutes that they have and given the guys that they have on his roster, they can make up some of that difference. It's just about, Mike Malone utilizing them the right way and getting the best out of these guys by putting them in situations where they can succeed. And that's basically what your coaching staff and your coach should be able to do. Now, I do think some guys are going to have better seasons. I do think they still going to be one of the top 5 teams in the West, which is tough this up and coming year, but they should be able to do it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think signing Monte Morris to a 3-year, $27 million deal was an overpay? Do you think it was fair? Do you think he can play up to this contract? And do you think it was a good idea to keep him around and not lose him for anything? Try to keep him because he is productive. He does play well. He plays well in the system. He gives them what they need. And, you better off keeping that guy than letting them go and paying them. And that's what they did, at the end of the day. And I respect that. And I think it is a good move. And I think he, in my personal opinion, is worth this contract, in my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment and tell me what I'm right, what I'm wrong, or what you agree or disagree with, as I do read every comment. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my website analysis, playground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Also, like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook and continues to check it out. You can also buy exclusive merchandise on my Facebook page, whether it's a hat or a shirt. You can change the color of the logo, pick the logo you want, and customize the hat and the shirt the way you want it to be. And you can message me and I can get it shipped out to you. Not only that, you can check out my spread shirt, which I have exclusive merchandise that's only on there. You can check that out. That'll be in the description and the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, I made discussions of, breakdowns of players, legends, coaches, and also summer league breakdowns and summer league coverage, draft coverage, free agency, top 10 list, season previews, playoff predictions, and all that type of content, as I do have over 2,000 videos on my channel. So if you like this video, you want to see more, or you want to see what I bring to the table, you can check out a plethora of videos on my channel. Not only that, feel free to like and share. If you don't want to buy any merchandise, you can support this channel further by liking and sharing it. I appreciate that. And I love the fact that y'all continue to do that. And that's another way to help the channel grow and be successful. But other than that, check out my older videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis. I'm gone.